Investigators exclusive. Craig Price's prison attack. We've obtained this prison surveillance video. It shows Price attacking another inmate with a homemade knife.
The video was part of evidence against Price down in Florida, where Price pleaded guilty to attempted murder last month. Until now, we knew little about what might have sparked that rampage. And now court records are shedding light on what Price's motivation may have been. Target 12 investigator Tim White has broken every major development in this case and is here now with what he's uncovered.
The explosive scene lasted just 40 seconds, but what happened in that short time will keep Craig Price behind bars for more than 2 decades. The video obtained by Target 12 shows the inside of G-Dorm at the Sewanee Correctional Institution in Florida from 4 different angles. It was the morning of April 4th, 2017. Inmate Joshua Davis exits the showers and heads back to his cell. Here is Craig Price, the notorious Rhode Island serial killer, leaving his prison cell and dragging a wheelchair he used. Investigators say he was supposed to be on the way to the showers himself, but had a more sinister plot. He stops at Davis's cell, then briefly runs over and whispers in the ear of a fellow inmate, who later told investigators Price said, quote, "Everything is okay," but the inmate claims he didn't know what was about to go down. Price then barges into Davis's cell and starts attacking him with what investigators say was a 4 to 5 inch metal homemade knife. Chaos ensues. Records show Price stabbed Davis 6 times. Davis was somehow able to grab Price's hand holding the knife, slowing him down some. Eventually, Davis is able to scramble free. Price catches up and continues the attack. 2 correctional officers tackle Price, and Davis is dragged away by another inmate. You can see Price putting up a fight, kicking as they try and hold him down, so 2 other inmates help restrain him. After several minutes, they struggle to put him in a wheelchair and drag him off.
In the chest, in the head.
In an exclusive interview in 2017, Davis told Target 12 he had no idea what triggered Price to launch into the attack.
That's one of the questions I've continued to ask, is why? Because him and I never had a problem.
But court records show Price's cellmate, Brandon Golden, told investigators Price believed Davis was putting poison in their food, causing Golden to become sick. Golden told investigators Price is, quote, "like a big brother to me." Other records show Davis says right before the attack, Price said to him, "It was you, right?" There is no evidence to back up the poisoning claim. Price was a teenager when he stabbed 4 people to death in Warwick. He was just a year away from potential freedom when he attacked Davis. Now, under Florida laws, Price will have to serve at least 21 years of a 25-year sentence for attempted murder. That means the 45-year-old will be 66 years old when he is eligible for release, but even then, prosecutors here in Rhode Island want to hold him as a probation violator. With the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, Eyewitness News.
Investigation you won't see anywhere else. Craig Price in prison.
In an exclusive interview, this man says he came face to face with a serial killer.
He opened the door and stabbed me in the chest, which knocks me down. And then he just jumped on me and attacked me.
Joshua Davis just served prison time with Craig Price in Florida and says he was nearly stabbed to death by the notorious serial killer.
So what does this latest violent outburst mean for Price's pending release? Target 12 investigator Tim White is here now with an interview you'll see only on Eyewitness News.
Believe it or not, Craig Price is about 2 years from potential freedom. For prosecutors here, the Florida case is high stakes. It was April 2017 when inmate Joshua Davis says he was in his cell at the Sewanee Correctional Institution when Craig Price snapped.
He attacked me and then he chased me out after I got out, attacked me again in the day room, and it took 2 officers and 2 inmates to pull him off.
Investigators say Davis was in bad shape when he was rushed to a local hospital. Price is accused of using a 5-inch homemade knife.
In the chest, in the head, twice in the back, twice on this side, in the spine, on the neck, and then lower on the spine also.
Price and Davis served time together for about 8 months, and court paperwork shows the incident was caught on prison video surveillance. But what prompted the shocking attack? Davis says he doesn't know.
That's one of the questions I've continued to ask, is why? because him and I never had a problem. I didn't even know about his past until after all this came out.
Rhode Islanders know that past all too well. Price was just 15 years old when he admitted to stabbing and killing Joan Heaton and her 2 young daughters, Jennifer and Melissa, in 1989 in the Buttonwood section of Warwick. He also confessed to killing 27-year-old Rebecca Spencer 2 years earlier.
We're still in contact with those families, so I want to do right by them. And I want to do right by the society, specifically Rhode Island.
Rhode Island Assistant Attorney General Patrick Youngs has been on the Craig Price case since 1994.
I have concerns that when he gets out, we won't be safe.
Because he was a juvenile at the time, it's not the murders, but a patchwork of crimes Price committed while behind bars that has kept him locked up. He was transferred to Florida prisons in 2004 due to his notoriety. Records show his Rhode Island sentence actually expired on October 2nd. Now Price is serving 2.5 years for a 2009 fight in a Florida prison.
Absent any acting up by his part, I think it's inevitable that he may get out someday.
The Rhode Island Attorney General's office has already made legal steps to hold Price as a probation violator for the Florida cases, which could mean another 6 years in prison if they're successful.
But when you incur more and more and more time and you keep with the violent behavior, you're going to get out there and most likely be a menace out there. Somebody's going to get harmed again.
For Davis, it's stunning that Price could someday taste freedom.
If an innocent person out there who's not even in prison for anything, yeah, I fear for them. I fear for them.
Davis was moved to another prison in Florida, which is where we interviewed him. Price has pleaded not guilty to charges including attempted murder. With the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, Eyewitness News.
And coming up new at 6, we learn more about what Price is like behind bars and whether the man investigators say Price attacked is seeking revenge.
Thank you, Steph. New details now in a Target 12 investigation you won't see anywhere else. Craig Price in prison.
In an exclusive interview, this man says Price stabbed him repeatedly in a Florida prison.
We'd never had any bad words. I mean, I've been there for about 8 months, and I mean, the most I spoke to him was probably 2 or 3 words at a time when he was in his cell.
New at 6, we're learning more about Price behind bars and what prosecutors here say about this latest case against him.
Target 12 investigator Tim White with the exclusive details.
Price, now 44 years old, was shipped off to Florida prisons in 2004 because of his notoriety here, but he soon gained a violent reputation down there as well.
Craig Price, seen here in a Florida sheriff's booking photo obtained by Target 12, is facing charges including attempted murder, accused of stabbing fellow inmate Joshua Davis multiple times with a homemade knife in April.
All throughout Florida prisons, he's gotten in all kinds of trouble, and yeah, something's wrong.
Davis says due to an unknown medical condition, Price was usually in a wheelchair.
I mean, in the 8 months I've been there, he had a couple arguments with the captain or another officer, but never amounted to violence. But I didn't even know about his past until after all this came out.
Price, who admitted to murdering 4 people, including 2 young girls in Warwick in the late 1980s, is now serving 2.5 years for stabbing a Florida correctional officer during a fight with another inmate in 2009.
The guards kind of kept him at bay because he would get real loud and stuff. He's exceptional at legal work, and he's an accomplished martial artist, and everybody kind of knows that, you know, but he's normally real calm.
That's a pretty serious case. He stabbed an inmate multiple times. If he received a lengthy period of incarceration in Florida, that would be great.
Rhode Island Assistant Attorney General Patrick Youngs has been on the Price case for more than 2 decades. Prosecutors say it's Price's own violent behavior behind bars that has kept him in prison all this time.
I don't sit here and hope somebody gets hurt so Craig Price stays in jail, but I dread the day he gets out. So sure, I hope he never gets out.
But that clock is ticking. If Price, who pleaded not guilty, is acquitted of the latest case, his sentence wraps up in just over 2 years, unlike Davis, who was sentenced to life in prison on a first-degree murder conviction.
I'm a pretty strong-willed person, so I mean, I put it in God's hands and didn't think about revenge. I mean, I did at first, and I let it go, and I moved on. I mean, I've tried to move on.
Youngs says they have already filed court paperwork here in an effort to deem Price a probation violator for the Florida infractions. At most, That could mean another 6 years in prison for Price if they're successful. With the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, Eyewitness News.